Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to your April energy check-in for the Capricorn Collective. This is an intuitive tarot reading, and for all Capricorn placements, whether it's your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, etc. And the only reason behind that is I myself am a Capricorn Sun, and right now I'm being called by Spirit to really support the Capricorn Collective community here on YouTube. And I don't know about you guys. I've taken a little bit of a pause since the solar eclipse. The energies are very it's a lot. There's a lot of different new energy, and I needed to sit with that for a bit in order for me to feel grounded. So if you're feeling a little bit on shaky ground, if that makes sense, feeling like you're in quicksand, that's sort of the analogy that my guides have told me, that things are moving so fast I can't keep up, or there's some sort of fear or doubt. It's important to get grounded. We are an earth sign, and as Capricorns, the connection that we have to Gaia is so critical. It's so important. And we are a lamp for other signs when it comes to our ability to stay grounded. So if you haven't already and you need to do that, pause, please do so. I had to take a minute. I spent some time outside. I don't have a big yard. I have a balcony and a condo. But I did spend some time just, dumping out old pots from last year with old dead, whatever I planted last year needed to go. And that's what this Mercury in retrograde was all about, is taking the time to really reflect on, to clean things out, remove things, release things that we no longer need. And I needed to not just do that from a more of a metaphysical perspective, but I just think there was something that I benefited from, and I invite you to do so as well, of just like getting your hands dirty, that tactical sensation, that connection. So definitely do so. Today is March 8th, 2025. Numerologically speaking, if you add up April, I think I said March, I meant to say April. April 8th, 2025, if you add all of those numbers up, it comes to a 21, which reduces to the number 3. So threes are about collaboration, community, connection, and that's what I think that Spirit is calling us to do at this time. So if you haven't done the inner work yet to get yourself grounded, do that first, and then start to invite others into your space, if that makes sense. Today, this is an energy check-in. Again, you may be feeling, I have felt, all types of emotions. And emotions are energy in motion. That's what that is. And so if you have felt a lot of different emotions, it could be because of the Mars being in Cancer for so long. The moon was in Cancer recently, which it is ruled by the moon. There's a lot there. And so all of this energy in the emotional space it's a lot. And if you think about the water sign, which is what emotions are connected to, that on top of it being an Aries season, which is a fire sign, those don't necessarily mix easily. All of that emotional energy can very quickly put our passions, our fire, our spark, it can wipe it out. So it's important that we don't let that happen, that we kind of harness this energy. And it's easy to get wrapped up in what we see happening outside of our world on TV. At this point, you can't you can't look anywhere online, whether it's TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, X, you name it, without hearing the word tariff. Okay, don't get sucked in. Don't get distracted. April is a new beginning. It is a new paradigm for us as humans collectively. And there is so many energies that are vying for our attention right now. And those energies could be very high vibrational energies and very low. I have experienced both, sometimes from one moment to the next. And that is what this month is about. And it's about staying true, staying grounded, using your own discernment, and staying connected to what is important to us and what our journey is. It doesn't matter what's happening in the macro. And what matters is what's happening in here, inside of our own heart. So, with that said, I'm going to be doing a spread today. I'm using a new deck here, Awakening Intuition Oracle cards. So we'll use that to kick us off. See if there's any messages there from Spirit. I do a tarot spread around recent past, current energy, future outcome, or advice from Spirit. And then I'll finish us today with an animal oracle card. So welcome. Thank you for staying. And let's get started. All right, so I have meditated on these cards today. I have shuffled them each 3 to honor the numerological date of what today reduces to from a calendar perspective, but I'm going to shuffle loosely as well as cut the decks with you. But let's get started with our intuition card. Spirit, angels, and guides of our highest and best. Let's clear some energy here today. What are the messages that the Capricorn Collective needs to know for this month of April? Spirit, we're asking for how we might focus on staying true to thyself without getting distracted. There's so much competing energy and frequency right now. How do we stay on the highest vibration possible? What messages do we need to know? This message will begin at the sound of this bell. Welcome, Spirit. Oh. Actually, I always like to do this with my left hand and then my right hand. We drew this 11 card. 11's our master number. Emphasize, I'm just going to read this and then there's an additional message from the guidebook. Emphasize the 5 physical senses for presence. Become more present in the moment by being mindfully aware of what you are touching, smelling, hearing, seeing, or tasting. This helps you to recognize intuitive guidance from your 6th sense. If any of your 5 physical senses is impaired, your 6th sense may become stronger to compensate. Your power mantra, be here now. All right, let me go ahead and see if there's any additional message from the guidebook. Your ability to be present in the moment and your ability to maximize your intuition are directly related. When you're more present to the external world, you recognize more signs and synchronicities. When your mind is present in your internal world, you'll recognize more intuitive hits from one or more of the 4 psychic pathways that run through you. Paying attention to what your physical senses are experiencing is an excellent way to bring your mind back to the present moment. This helps when you're having racing thoughts and distracting mental chatter, or when you're lost in regrets of the past or daydreams of the future. Wow. I just have to pull those up for a second. there's definitely a message here from Spirit that I'm gathering. And just like I opened this reading with about the need for grounding, that's what this card is talking about. A lot of times when people have anxiety or they're having a panic attack, there's oftentimes this very similar advice, which is, how do you stop the human mind? How do you stop it? And to do sort of that assessment, if you will, of like, what am I seeing? What am I feeling? Can I taste anything? Can I hear something? What am I feeling physically? Doing that pause to really bring yourself back into the moment is a powerful exercise to help us if we need that sort of that opportunity for micro grounding in the moment. And right now, I think that there's no time, if we were to think about everything that's happening, the need to make these practices built into sort of a routine for us of like our go-to, whatever it is for you. It could just be going outside and being barefoot for a minute on the grass, or taking a long sip of water and just closing your eyes and allowing that water, feeling it go into your body. It could be as simple as, taking a shower and feeling that water. It is an opportunity for us to stop getting lost in this illusion of time and what maybe, woulda, coulda, shoulda. That needs to be shed as we move forward. We need to stay present in the moment. And it is through grounding and exercises like this that Spirit is telling us that is so critical right now, so that our own energy doesn't become trapped or deceived by some of these lower vibrational frequencies that we're hearing, whether it be from the external world or even the more personal world in our own homes that maybe be feeling it all around us at this point. We cannot lose our sovereignty. We cannot lose our sense of power in this time. And that is so critical. That is what I'm hearing the message from Spirit as we move forward. So with that, let's go ahead and dive into the tarot. We have number 4, the Emperor in recent past, Major Arcana. We have the Tower, Major Arcana, current energy and future outcome. We have us. We have the Devil, but it was in reverse. Wow. 3 Major Arcana. I'm not surprised given given the sense of where we are and the energy that I am picking up on. Let me know in the comments if you're also feeling this. And by the way, thank you for being here. I have been called to this table today by Spirit. My intention is to help help you sort of harness and maintain your sense of self-empowerment in this time. It is to help. That is my intention here today. If what you're hearing you appreciate, and I would be ever so grateful for you to hit that like and subscribe button. But again, I am here today because I am called by Spirit to lead this message for you. If you are here, welcome, and thank you for contributing your energy. Bottom of the deck, we have the 7 of Pentacles. Okay. So this is the foundational energy of the reading today. Sevens are energy that is associated with, it's a very spiritual number. And it, from a spiritual perspective, the ability for expansion is always, it is the DNA of spirit. The universe wants to continue to expand. And it's through the ability to ask questions, the quest for knowledge, the desire to know. And that journey that we are on in our lives of asking these questions: what is my purpose? Why am I here? What can I learn? How can I be of service to others? All of those questions of spiritual inquiry help people move forward, and it propels yourself, and you are a lamp for others in their journey. And you, in ways that you may not understand, may have been called to be here in this earth school to help others. So asking questions, being curious, coming at this not from a victim mentality, like, why did this happen to me? Rather from a perspective of, what can I learn? Because that is what is the lifeblood, the DNA of spirit, is to want to learn, is to immerse yourself as a soul into these experiences, to learn and to expand. That is what the seven is about. And this is the Seven of Pentacles. Traditionally, in the Rider-Waite, this guy is like sitting over his garden, and he's like looking forward to harvesting his pentacles. Okay. From this perspective, in this reading today, I'm gathering that it is go time right now. We have done a lot of work as a collective to get to this point where we have looked within, when we have been looking so much externally, but we've been doing a lot of growth internally. Not to say that we don't have more work to do. I myself struggle with that, where I'm like, oh, I need to do more. And then you get caught in this trap of I am not enough. And that's where we need to put the brakes on and realize that, hey, we've done a lot already. We are worthy of this next chapter, of this spiritual inquiry, this connection, this ability to awaken. And so this seven is really important. There is a shadow side to this as well, though, where as much as we can ask questions, be curious, want to grow within spirit, where it becomes problematic is when we're almost suspicious, where we start to doubt or question why things are happening in more of a lower vibrational way. So for example, instead of having positive intent and asking a question from a positive intent perspective, assuming positive intent, when we start to assume negative intent, where we're suspicious of others, that's where we kind of cross the line from this being about growth that actually brings us down. So just food for thought. We need to, as we think about these energies, we need to be mindful of both the light as well as the shadow, and what that means for us internally. Okay, so let's go back to our reading. The current energy here is the Emperor. And just, if you're looking at this just from a pure image perspective, there's such a contrast here between this light in the background, where we have this tree and the sun, and then we have the same tree here for the traditional, the Tower card, and it is now dark out. It is night. Some may be going through a dark night of the soul. We are here, but we are upside down for the moment. The Emperor to me, it makes a ton of sense. This is indicative of a fire sign. We are in Aries season. Major Arcana number 4. And I would love to get more insight from Spirit. Why is the Emperor in recent energy? The Emperor is about a master of their domain, divine masculine, the ability to take action. He rules all of the kings of the minor arcana. Whew. We got the 8. These just flew out at me. We have, first of all, the Ace of Wands, and I had the 8 of Pentacles in upright position. These just flew out. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So here we are, and this is a position of power, of strength, and beyond just this fire energy, we also get this fire energy of this Ace of Wands, which is also representative of some sort of igniting some sort of passion. It's fire energy. It's very strong. I'm sensing it. Something in the past may have awoken some sort of passion within you, some sort of spark. And I think that I'm also getting this 8 of Pentacles, which is self-mastery. So whatever this is that sort of ignited something within you, Capricorn, and it's something that you feel very strong. This is not coming from, you have a lot of confidence here. This is something that that gets you motivated. You lose almost a sense of purpose here. You almost, whatever this is, it could be a relationship, it could be something that you do, but whatever this is, you lose track of time doing it. You're very confident in what you do. In fact, other people here see you as this master of whatever skill this is. And Capricorns, we have a lot of skills. We spend a lifetime mastering things, and we actually do that to a detriment, where we spend too much time almost at a level of perfection, being perfectionists. So this to me seems very positive. Perhaps this was ignited from the solar eclipse, something that was on the back burner for a period of time that we couldn't actually go all in on. We said it's go time, and we decided to move forward. And we did that. We weren't going to let anything stop us. This Emperor makes a decision, and he has no regrets. He has no, there's no doubts in his mind. Okay. So why the Tower? Why do we have the Tower here? Spirit, angels, and guides, why is the Tower in current energy today? On a 2 of cards. Anything else? Okay. All right, I'm just going to pick them up as I got them in. There are, in my perspective, I do read reversals. So I think it's just a transparent way in which Spirit connects with me, that I do read reversals. So this did come out first, and I have the 5 of Swords here, almost in the sideways position. Let's move this over just a bit. So I had that in the sideways position, and then I had the King of Wands. It's in the reversal. It had flipped out. And then I had the 2 of Cups sideways. Okay. This Tower here. So we've been caught up. We've lost ourselves in something that ignited some sort of passion within us. But it feels as if there were other people involved. And those other people that were involved with us there, that Five of Swords is telling me that it was not just one person. It was a few, and they were perhaps put off by whatever it was that we were going after. It's not because it's sideways and not completely in the upright position. That tells me that the story isn't over. We have the ability here to still alchemize this, but there was some sort of trickery, some sort of selfishness, perhaps, or at least the how others interpreted our actions as being selfish, when in fact we were just putting ourselves first in terms of our own passion. And in doing so, I think that people are so used to Capricorn being there, sort of the everyone's 911 call, if you will. And I think that there's an opportunity here for understanding. Because if it was in reverse, it would be sort of this nature of people saw us in a new light. They were able to understand that we've changed. It's not there yet. And I'm not hearing that we have to forgive anybody. I think and I don't think we require forgiveness. But for some, they might interpret it as such, as if we are being selfish. But that's actually not what's happening here. It's that we're sort of redefining ourselves, and as we redefine ourselves, others may not be so comfortable with that change. And that to me is amplified by this King of Wands in reverse. So King of Wands in reverse is definitely something to do. Something was not in balance when it came to that passion. And it almost feels as if we're on this tipping point where this growth, this how far we've come in whatever cycle that we've recently that we're in, it's at risk of regression, because we almost feel that this conflict of others seeing us, or we're starting to put ourselves first for the first time. It's changing. It's shaking the dynamic of the relationship, and while that's occurring, there's a temptation here to put ourselves to last again, where we start to almost shy away from this passion that recently ignited something. And I'm hearing, don't let that happen. Don't let everyone else influence you, because we're going to repeat this cycle all over again. Spirit's telling us that it's time for us to put ourselves first, but in such a way that the relationships that we currently have no longer can exist in the way that they have had before. They also have to grow and evolve and progress along with us. And if that doesn't happen, then we're going to again put ourselves last. This will no longer be in the upright position. It's almost like this is going to go in the reversal, as well as the Emperor. All this is going to turn into the reversal. It's like all of a sudden the confidence that we've had, the self-mastery, this gift of this purpose that ignites us, that truly makes us come alive, we're going to like blow that candle out, okay? Because we're worried about what other people think. We're worried that, people, maybe we've been accused of being selfish about our time, because we're caught up. We're caught up right now, whatever this is. And by us sort of listening to those influences of others, this tells me that we're on the point of putting the brakes on this and repeating this pattern all over again, where we have to like go and find ourselves again, and then there'll be another opportunity that spirit will become knocking, and there's a little spark there, and we want to tend that flame, especially in Aries season. It's a time of action, and yet because of other influences of others, we start to fall and slip into self-doubt. And this Two of Cups here, again, it tells me it involves other people, that we're not alone in this. And that Two of Cups, because it's sideways, there could be a sense of, hey, does this make sense anymore for us? Is this person, we're in this process of evaluation, I feel like. So it's either, these two things cannot exist at the same time. We know there's conflict. We know that there's the relationship is starting to see cracks at the bottom, and it cannot exist in its current form anymore. It needs to either alchemize, or we need to release it. And what I'm sensing is that we are empowered. This is not upright or in the reversal. It is sideways. There are other people involved, and we can either make ourselves feel small, or we can choose here, because this is a choice. It is sideways. In the upright, it's a coming together. It's harmony. It's a compromise. And in the reversal, it's a separation. And I think what it comes down to is Spirit saying we don't want to fall here. We don't want to fall in this space of putting ourselves last, because we're going to repeat this cycle. So whether it is with this person or someone else, and we salvage the relationship by compromising our own self to make someone else feel okay, then all that's going to do is it's going to make a situation worse, and this tower is going to get bigger and bigger. And it's going to, and instead of allowing that to occur, now is the time where I think we can be really honest with ourselves and with the other person, to come to express ourselves and to leverage the courage that we need here to tell the other person and to ask, how are you feeling? Help me understand. I know it, and just to acknowledge that there has been a change, but that you're not willing to go backwards. But I think it's important, if you're interested in salvaging this relationship, and for the relationship to evolve just as you are evolving, and then because these are sideways, it says it is time to have that conversation with this person, to let them know how you are feeling. And so instead of falling into a trap where you have to put yourself first in order to keep the relationship going, which is bound to fail, or on the reversal, just cutting ties altogether, when perhaps Spirit's asking you to be the lamp to others, where you're growing and you have the opportunity to pull them along with you. And I'm not saying one is good or one is bad. It's just there's a choice here. And each situation that we're in is different. And this is a time of change. We are at the beginning of the new astrological year. And it's a time for reflection. It's a time for self-assessment. And we are coming up on the full moon in Libra. That tells me that something needs to come back into balance. And this tower here, we feel it. We feel this energy. We want to be back here. We want to like go back into this expansion module, this opportunity to continue to grow, and whatever that is. But because there's all these other influences here involving other people, I think, close to us, we have to address this first to regain that power, to keep the momentum coming. Now, we do have over here in the future outcome, this devil in reverse. Let's get, the devil is major arcana is us. So Capricorn, why are we in reverse? Spirit, angels, and guides of our highest and best for the Capricorn community. Why is the devil here? Just that? Okay. Oh, there's 3 messages here. All right. So first off, we have the Knight of Cups in the upright position. We have the Page of Wands in the upright position, and we have the Knight of Swords in the reversal. Okay. So mixed energy. That's the same thing I'm getting here. This story has not played out yet. There's an opportunity to alchemize. There's an opportunity to take divine action. We are not victims. We have the power to change. If there's something here that we do not prefer, we have the ability to make those changes. So first off, we're out of balance clearly, okay, because of this recent trouble in paradise, if you will, with a relationship. It could be platonic, it could be romantic, whatever that is for you, okay? Could be even an adult child or a parent. Whatever that is, they're seeing you in a new light and they're not comfortable with the change. But we are very comfortable. I want to be very clear about that. We are very comfortable harnessing this new energy. This is refreshing. We've been waiting 18 years for this. But people on the outside have become accustomed to seeing us in a certain way. And so now here we are at this dilemma and the future outcome here. And the devil in reverse is interesting because in the upright position, it tells me that, first of all, there's concerns around addiction. It can be ties that we're connected to that we can't sever. But it could also be about putting ourselves first. And in the reversal, it's an opportunity to sort of break those chains, if you will, of whatever has held us back. So that's a positive sign to me, the fact that this devil is in reversal. We're stepping outside of our comfort zone. As Capricorns, there's a state of vulnerability here. So not only have we been given this beautiful gift from Spirit recently, where we found this passion, we are taking divine sacred action. We're there, and we're reassessing and recalibrating our interpersonal relationships. But here we are, we're also putting ourselves in this new state of vulnerability, which we haven't necessarily been before. This is new energy for us. We're so used to controlling outcomes, right? Especially as Capricorns, it's like, we want to know the weather. We want to know, we have a goal, and we're very methodical around how to achieve that goal. We begin the winter season. We have the ability to take sort of that winter approach where things are very predictable. It's cold outside. You know, we're not sitting waiting patiently for a seed to erupt from the ground. All of this very unpredictable energy, it can be a little unnerving for us. And right now, we have to step outside of that comfort zone and again, stop with these conditions of controlling the outcome and being vulnerable. So that is, to me, the message here. And I think that for us, we just need to be completely honest and vulnerable with ourselves and with those around us. And just tell them for the first time, hey, this is the new me. And to say that and to mean it and to feel it from within, to know thyself, to know and to claim your power with others. And to sit in this tower for a minute. This is a good thing. This tells me that we're not just allowing us to fall victim again, you know, where that spark happened. Spirit's been knocking at us all throughout our lives. That little spark has been there. We've actually paid attention, and we've actually given little bits of kindling to the fire, and it's ignited us in such a positive way. We can't let it go out just because of all of this turmoil, this emotional energy that's happening right now, this water energy that could put that flame out. We can't do that. We need to live in a place in which the fire and the water can coexist. And that means having a rebalanced relationship with those around us, building a new foundation for a new tower to arrive, in which it's built on more of a balance between the self and the connections and what you bring to others. And that requires going within. It requires cutting those chains of control, going into a vulnerable state. And then here we have the Knight of Cups. Oh, we've got this page. And that to me is so, it's giving our entire reading right now. There's so much synchronicity here. It just tells me that when we do that, when we're truly honest with ourselves and we express it to the outside world, to those within our circles, that connection that we crave, that tower is going to come down, and we're going to get a stronger connection with those around us who may be in our lives already or who may yet be coming in our life. But it's slow moving. It's not going to be here tomorrow. It's going to take time. It's not going to be easy. We are not in the time of convenience, but that we're holding on. We're holding on to that passion. And the pages in the tarot are represent sort of that inner child. It's the children of the tarot. And the innocence of holding on. And he's sort of like reflecting, and he's like looking at that wand, that passion, that desire, that flame. And he's not gonna let it go. He's still fascinated by it. Like that kid who saw, an airplane for the first time. It's just like, oh, whatever that is for you, of that passion that has sparked you way over here in the recent past, don't let it sit in the past. It needs to stay with you. Carry that with you. It can't be let go of. You need to tend that flame. But there's one last message, and this is the Knight of Swords in reverse. It is not fast-moving energy. That is what this is. If it was an upright, it would be like, oh, change is here tomorrow. That's not what this is saying. This is saying is that this balance, this vulnerability, stepping outside of our comfort zone is an opportunity for the soul's expansion, for us to let go of our sense of control. And when we do so, we're going to be letting so much more in for us. We're making space for this new connection, this new love. We're going to be allowing this flame to stay with us. It's not going to go out. We'll just know that it's there, and it's going to continue to guide our way in the darkest hours. But in order for us to get there, we have to be patient. This is not a sprint. It's a journey. It's not about the destination. So, beautiful, beautiful messages today. And again, this idea of grounding, the overall message is to stay grounded, to stay present, to allow ourselves to continue to ask the questions. Don't give up. Don't give up on ourselves. That gardener looking over his 7 pentacles and the Rider-Waite, he's still waiting. He's like patient. He's still looking. We're waiting to harvest, and we'll get there. We'll get there. It's going to take some time, and we're going to have to change and grow and be okay with not being okay for a little bit. All right, so let's end our reading today with an animal oracle card. Beautiful message. Capricorns, I'm really glad I did this. I was called to do this reading today, so thank you for being with me. Again, I get so much out of this, and I'm going to watch it again, and I'll probably get more messages, and I'm going to feel the woulda, coulda, shoulda, but it's important to hold back from doing that. But I would love to know if there was anything that really truly resonated with you in today's reading. All right, let's go ahead and cut this. We're getting Cow Spirit, number 15. The miracles are endless. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and show this on my screen while I read the message from Spirit. So perhaps if you are seeing the cows in your world right now, might be a little bit of synchronicity. But let's look deeper. Let's look at the meaning here. Number 15, so if you see the number 15, that could also be a confirmation for you. Reduces to the number 6 as well. Cow Spirit, the miracles are endless. You are at a beautiful point in your life today, for your needs are being met effortlessly and in so many ways. Fully embrace this truth by focusing on all you have right now, including the positive relationships that sustain you. The work you are proud to do to contribute to the world. Capricorns, what are we doing over here? We're so proud of this. This Emperor, not only is he confident, but he's proud. And activities that inspire and nourish your soul. Oh my gosh, what a confirmation. Pay attention, because this is a perfect time to focus on the choices, actions, and behaviors that you know feed your soul and bring your heart contentment. Now is also the time when you see many of your projects and commitments that were set in motion in the past begin to yield valuable gifts that will bring you joy and love and sustain you for the long time to come. What are we talking about with the Seven of Pentacles here? Stay positive and share your well-being with others. The more you share, the more you will manifest, so be generous. Cow Spirit promises you will never run out of miracles. Wow. I am blown away by that last card, that last message. This Cow Spirit is telling us that maybe that way to sort of bring those who might be a little taken back by your recent changes or your recent growth, who don't understand it. I'm thinking that Cow Spirit's telling us that we need to show them your passion, not just what we're doing, but what it does for us and how it lights us up, how it sparks us. I think that we can oftentimes downplay what things do for us as Capricorns and how we're elated, how things give us that ability to be on cloud 9. We don't often let people in. That's where that vulnerability comes into play. So with that, thank you so much. I wish you all the best on this Tuesday. Have a great day, Capricorns.